Hey, Yellow King Film Boy here. Quentin Tarantino. He's been doing some interviews recently, of course, publicising Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He recently done an interview in Empire magazine, and he was asked a question about who was his favourite James Bond actor. And it turns out he had a few things to say. And I'm a massive James Bond nerd. I mean, there isn't much I don't know about James Bond movies. So I was very curious to see what was going to come out of Quentin's mind on this particular subject. His favourite, his number one James Bond was Sean Connery, which is no real big surprise. I mean, he's the main man, isn't he, when it comes to James Bond. But the real shocker came in at number 2, his second choice, which was Pierce Brosnan. I mean, I've got nothing particularly against Pierce Brosnan, but I think as a James Bond, personally, he wasn't up to much. I mean, some of them films, they were pure skank. Die Another Day with Madonna was pretty awful. And that other one, I can't even remember the names of them. And then in third place, his third favourite was Roger Moore. And then he said, and then everybody else, Connery's at the top, but I really, really, really like Pierce Brosnan. He then went on to say, I didn't care for the movies that Pierce Brosnan was in. I always thought it was a bit of a tragedy, because I thought he was a very legitimate Bond. He went on to say, I'm a huge Roger Moore fan. I just like Roger Moore a little better when he's not playing Bond. So there you go, that's Tarantino's 3 favourite James Bonds. Personally, I would also probably go for Sean Connery, because he's got that kind of physical presence. I would say he's probably the best Bond. He's just got that, he's like he's 007, he's the license to kill. He's got to be tough. He's got to have that kind of persona, physical presence. The action scenes have got to just look right. That's the only problem I have really with Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton. They all seem a little bit wimpy, a little bit weak when it comes to that kind of physical presence, of somebody who has a license to kill. I also really like George Lazenby from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He did a great job. And the film as well, I think it's one of the best James Bond movies. It's got like 2 theme tunes. You've got the John Barry instrumental, and you've also got the Louis Armstrong We Have All the Time in the World. And it's such a cool movie. It's kind of different. It has the end scene where the wife gets shot after just getting married, and it kind of shows James Bond in a different light. It's a great movie. Anyway, what do you guys think? Who's your favourite James Bond? And what's your favourite James Bond movie? See you later.